Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, June 15th, 2023, and we're here for a special town board meeting, which will be immediately followed by a town board work session. And as always, we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Tim, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And can you please take the lead?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tim.
That was the easy part of the meeting.
Yeah, wasn't it? So, we have 3 resolutions before us today. And we're going to open it up for public comments in a moment after I read the 3 resolutions. And the number 1 is resolution number 2023-445, authorizes the Community Development Department to apply for New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation Water Infrastructure Improvement Act, open parentheses, WIA, W-I-I-A, close parentheses, grant for infrastructure improvements to the Riverhead Water District, well 5-2, and that's your first one. Resolution number 2, 2023-446, SEQA, determination for Riverhead Water District Plant number 5-2 improvements. And the last one, number 3, is resolution number 2023-447, resolution to correct the publish and post authorized by town board resolution 2023-417, adoption on June 6, 2023. And before we bring up the resolutions, does anyone want to make any comments on these 3 resolutions before us? Please come forward. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Sir,
ladies and gentlemen of the town
sir,
board.
you want to just bring the mic up so we can do, yeah,
How's that, better?
that's much better.
Okay.
Thanks.
Wait, what's that? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the town board. Welcome on this beautiful spring day. I got a couple of questions for this
Can you just
resolution.
have your name, sir?
Okay, Ronald Martz, Manival.
Thank you.
Most of you know me by now anyway. Sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I talk too much. Okay, anyway.
Okay,
Question
go
number
ahead.
1 I have to ask you is, what is the reason for the special meeting today? You're gonna spend a lot of money on this one well site, and can't it be done at a regular town board meeting where the public can, this is last minute, a lot of people are working, they don't get a chance to show up here. I mean, I know it's probably got something that, it's gotta be done right away or something, so I probably don't know that, but whatever.
That's what it is, the date for the application for the grant.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
is
ask you,
looming.
okay, that's what I
That's
thought.
why that's generally why we call special meetings. to do
Okay,
that.
all right, that's answered. Okay, the second one, the resolution 446, the deepening of well 52. Reason for what, the depth, the deepening of the depth, and how deep is it now? And what is the cost for that? There's no cost on the agenda today. What are you gonna vote on that? What, you know the cost of that?
This is just to apply for a grant. No grant has been issued.
Right, but you gotta have a cost to apply for a grant,
We do
correct?
have a map and plan, and Dawn Thomas, can you come forward to answer that question, please?
Okay, go ahead.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask, and then I can do them all 3?
Oh, sure, I got
Yeah, go right ahead.
Number 3, funding for the WI for the 1.32 million for well 5, not disclosed. Do you still have the money? Is it still available?
Dawn, can you answer that?
Wait till I'm done, then she's
Oh,
gonna,
okay, yeah.
she's gonna answer
Okay,
all of them at once.
Perfect.
Okay, that one's, okay. Resolution 445 and 446, why are the costs of the resident 45 left blank? Do you have a complete estimate yet? They're all blank on the page with today's resolutions, the meeting.
Okay, so we have, this is a CDA grant, and Dawn, can you,
Yeah, but you still have, okay.
oh,
did
you
she
still
get
have
it?
more?
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
Okay, good, go ahead.
So what is the total cost of the grant project? She's gonna have to answer that too, probably, right? And why is the grant at 1.3 not either on either resolution? Is it still available? Is that money available? You haven't spent that money yet, correct? She'll answer that too, probably, right? Can you handle
I
that?
don't understand that question of what 1.3 from what?
The $1.3 million the grant you got before.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with any of this.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
So, just by way of explanation, so what we are filing is an intended use plan, which is, the acronym is an IUP. In order to apply for any WIA grant, you need to file an intended use plan. The filing date is Friday. We were in the process of updating our existing IUPs, which were the WIA grants that we filed last year. Some of them were awarded, as you will recall. Extension 94 and Extension 97 were awarded. The others remain open and will be looking for funding, as we always do. And so I had a conference with Frank Mancini from the Water District, our superintendent, and our engineer, John Collins, and in the discussion on the updating of the IUPs for the existing projects, which don't require any town board action whatsoever, because they've already been authorized and the secret's already been completed, and those forms were done last year. We're just updating those for the upcoming round of grant funding. We wound up discussing well 5-2A, and thought, well, actually, that would be a good new project. But in order for us to apply for WIA, which won't be for a while, we have to file the intended use plan to get on the eligible list with the state. And so we said it would be worth it, even though it's last minute, to ask the board to consider allowing us to make that application so we could get that application in this year's round and potentially funded, because it is an emerging contaminant issue. So Frank could probably address that more. The total project cost is 2.3 million, thereabouts. This is no impact on any other grants that we've been awarded. Those awards are still applicable to the projects that they were awarded to. This is a new project, so we are just looking forward to continuing our quest to get clean water to the residents of Riverhead. And again, I apologize that it is a last minute, but sometimes that happens. We have a lot on our plate, and we thought it would be better to be last minute this year than have to wait till next year. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers the gentleman's questions. And if we
Okay.
have any more, I know Frank is.
Thank you, Dawn. Frank, did you want to add to that?
Good afternoon, I'm Frank Mancini from the Riverhead Water District.
Okay.
So I'm confused by the Plant 2 question because I don't see it on here, but it is a capital project we're working on nonetheless. So it's our oldest well in the system that has high iron. It's 180 feet deep now. I've worked for a couple years with the DEC and our consulting engineers in the USGS, and we did get a permit to deepen it up to about 280 feet. I installed a test well, confirmed the water quality is good down there, and we anticipate doing that this fall or winter. Unrelated to Plant 5, as far as the new grant, the grant we received for 5-1 is unrelated to this. We did that because that well hovers around the 10 part per trillion current standard, so we thought it would be a good idea to put it on treatment, and we got a grant to help ease the cost to the taxpayer. And once the EPA came out with that notice that they're proposing a 4 part per trillion, the second well on that property hovers right around the current detection limit of about 2 part per trillion. Sometimes we get a hit, sometimes we don't. But if they were to implement a 4 part per trillion standard, we would have to put that well on treatment because it's too close to the detection limit. So we were very proactive here in getting way ahead of it and figured since we've gotten a grant for this before, let's just go for this so that if that standard is implemented, we're prepared and we're easing a cost to our ratepayers. So I think these are great things we're doing.
Great, great.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Frank.
Frank.
You're welcome.
Okay, anyone else? Any comments? Terry, do we have anyone online?
Dawn, if I could just say to you, Frank and I spoke to a Calverton resident earlier today, and there was great praise for all your efforts trying to do that. And so I just want you to know that all your efforts are appreciated by our residents. And she was great to hear that you are continuing forward to getting funding so we can get
Yeah. Well,
public
I'm
water throughout the town. So thank you very much.
grateful for the opportunity to be able to do it. Whatever we can do to help our residents is our job, and so thank you for letting us do it.
And you've also excelled within the last year. Right? We're bringing in millions, a total 7.39 million, I
I
understand?
think this year, yeah, all told, water grants, in the last 6 years, I think we're close to 15 million, so
Yeah.
we're working hard and we're having fun, so thank you.
Good. All right, thank you for all your work and your team. Okay, hearing no one else? Okay, Diane, please call the vote. Oh, okay.
Can't let you get away that easy, sorry. Ron Watts Manable again. Okay, page 51A, authoring about the bonding section. If the answer to D is yes, select A or B, initial as an article, blah, 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 blah. A or B, impact will town of existing, blah, 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 or the description and extension will follow. The water district will be responsible for at least 40% of the project, which is estimated to cost $2 million, to be funded by a sale of bonds. Is that the one you picked, or because none is marked here, did you pick A or B on those two? On page 5.
Let's have the grant writer come up.
This,
Yeah, which one of these did you pick? This one or this one?
it'll have a fiscal impact.
Yes, if the answer is D is yes, below the initial detail is initial
Yeah, so
one.
what we are hoping to do is get EFC financing for
Right,
the project, and the balance will be funded however the board decides to fund it. It'll be probably bonds, but we'll see.
well, it's 2.3,
But
right?
again, you're looking at the old version of this resolution, so the new
Oh.
version is completed.
Oh, okay.
All right, I apologize
So
for
it's
that, but we'll-
2.3, so you're gonna bond three, you're gonna get two, so you're gonna bond 300,000.
We'll see how it works out. We'll cross that bridge.
Oh,
when we get
that's not really an answer. We'll see.
Okay, well, I apologize, it's not adequate for you, but I think the board understands what we're doing, and,
Yeah.
we've been doing well with this, and we've been getting public water to people.
Well, I know that. I'm all
So
for
if you-
public.
if you have-
Trust me, I'm from Manawal. I'm all for, I'm one
And I
person that's all for
think- and I
public
think-
water. Whatever you
yeah,
gotta
no,
spend, you
yeah,
gotta
so
spend.
Right, exactly.
But
So
just,
we're-
I'm just worried about, so the public knows exactly what
Again,
to spend
again,
it.
this was done at a time crunch, but if you
Okay.
want us to wait for next year, we could do the resolutions differently.
No, no,
We
no,
could wait a
no,
year
no,
for
no,
those.
no, I don't wanna
Okay,
hold the
good.
people up.
No,
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 me
no,
either,
no, 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 no,
So
no,
sometimes
no.
we get busy.
Full steam
and-
ahead.
yeah, yeah,
That's all I was
absolutely.
interested in, is
Yeah.
what the total price is, that's
Nothing
all.
nefarious going on.
Okay.
Just good grant work, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We'll finish here, right? Last chance, last comment, nobody online. Okay, Diane, please call the vote.
Resolution 445.
Authorizes the Community Development Department to apply for a New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation Water Infrastructure Improvement Act, WIIA, grant for infrastructure improvements to Riverhead Water District, well 5-2. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rockwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 446.
Secret determination for Riverhead Water District Plan 5-2 improvements. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rockwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 447.
Resolution to correct Resolution 2023-417, adopted on June 6, 2023. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes, and Dawn, I just want to say thank you to you and your team for doing an excellent job.
Rockwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Okay, we're done with the resolutions, and we're gonna move on to open comments on any matter. Does anyone want to come forward? No, it's not CDA. Terry, anyone online? Okay, hearing no one, I'm gonna ask for a first and a second to close the special town board meeting, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. And to the public who's watching, we're going to see you back here in just a few minutes. We have to close this meeting, and we have to fire up the next meeting, which will be our town work session. Thank you, everyone, and please be safe.